Hi, I'm Mojo. I just released my first game, Droppy Ball, on Steam. For $1, by the way, go buy it. The release was somewhat poorly timed because the day I released my game, I was already neck deep into working on a new game. Or rather, Game Jam. I put together a team to compete in itch.io's biggest game jam by GMTK. We loved working together so much that we decided to keep working together. That's right, I'm 3 weeks into development of my next game, and it's already really good. Let's talk about it. The GMTK Game Jam is one of the biggest game jams of all time. This year, nearly 10,000 game dev teams each submitted a game within only 4 days. The theme of the jam was Loop. I participated last year, but I worked completely alone and I wasn't able to make a full game. This year, I put together a team of people with just the right skill set to make the best jam submission I've ever been a part of. Let's meet the team. First, there's Jared. He's a professional illustrator and aspiring game dev. He took his first crack at pixel art for this game jam. Go check out his content. I still can't believe that good of advice is free on YouTube. Next is my brother, Mostog. He's an aspiring game dev like me with a talent for music. I seriously can't believe how fast he pumped out such a good track for this game, as well as various SFX. Next up, Mojo's wife. That's right, my wife. She's a software developer who helps out on some of our game jams. This time around, she acted as our puzzle designer. Lastly, there's me, Mojo. I mostly fix merge conflicts. Okay, but for real, this team was so good. I couldn't believe how fast everything came together. We literally had most systems done on day 2. The rest was just polish and game design. Our game is called Loop Cell. It's a puzzle Sokoban game with a couple twists. The twists come from the theme of the jam, Loop. Our brave prisoner is escaping a space prison with a sentient hat boomerang, a Hatterang. When you throw it, it loops back to the player. This space prison is at the heart of a black hole, so space is not linear. The edges of each level loop seamlessly to the other side through these portals. We instantly fell in love with the idea, and especially with the art and the Hatterang. But we soon learned that we created a challenge not just for the players, but for ourselves. It turns out designing mind-bending puzzles in non-Euclidean space is, well, mind-bending. So how do you design a puzzle for our game? Let's start with the basics. GMTK makes a video about designing puzzles. Mark Brown lays out 6 key features of puzzle games and what makes them fun and interesting. Number 1, the mechanics. Well-defined rules of what the player can do to solve puzzles. Number 2, the catch. Usually a logical contradiction, like the give and take of a mechanic that you need to get around to solve the puzzle. Number 3, the revelation. The worthwhile realization of how to solve a puzzle in a way you wouldn't normally expect. Number 4, the assumption. Designing a puzzle where the assumed solution is wrong, and you have to learn a new way to solve the problem. Number 5, the presentation. A puzzle needs to be presented well to be effective. And lastly, number 6, the curve. Don't rush the player into difficult challenges, but also make sure to continuously increase the difficulty. I think our game naturally follows these principles in many ways, and could use improvement in others. But I want to go over some of the basic principles that we came up with to make our game great. Our game only has 7 puzzles right now, and I'm going to go over the design philosophy of all of them. What worked, what didn't work, etc. If you haven't played the game, now is the time to do that. The link is in the description. Welcome to the Game Jam Showcase. This section will be a little more off the cuff. I just want to go over all of our puzzles and some of the design ideas we had behind them. I want to start out by giving a huge shout out to our team. First, Jared. Shout out to this amazing art. I hope everyone can agree it looks incredible and it really carried the jam. Next, I want to shout out my wife. She designed almost all of these puzzles, and I think she did an excellent job. And then last but not least, I want to thank Mostog, who did the sound. The music is a banger. Music is amazing. The team was amazing. Let's get into the game, starting with level 0. I love this level. I've watched a bunch of people play our game, and every time they do something like this. They're like, oh, can I go across this? No, that's a wall. What about the hat? Nope, the hat hits the wall. And they are stumped because we give no tutorial. This is the tutorial. I love when they like accidentally will like throw the hat the wrong way and then realize it comes around. And then the light bulb moment. You can just go through the wall. Level 2 is obviously much easier, but one thing I love about this puzzle is that no one takes the shortcut. Everyone walks down the hallway, but there's a shortcut right here. You can see our minds just don't think like this, right? And so I love that. I never saw anyone do this when playtesting. This puzzle's great because I still find myself messing this one up. Like I'll just be playtesting, like after I change something in the game, I'll be like, hey, I need to go through all the levels and like real quick, I'm just gonna speed run it, make sure that all the levels are still working. And every time, well not every time, but a lot of the time I just go like this, and that is the mistake. Because the thing is to the left, and you're like, oh, I've learned I gotta go through the wall, so, and then you go left. Nope, that's not it. Similar thing on this level. I've seen people find this little trick, this little shortcut, but I've never seen someone just find this shortcut, which I think is another wonderful part of our level design. This is where we first introduce the hat. You gotta throw the hat to finish the level. And then you get to reinforce that idea. So this is just ramping up the difficulty and like reinforcing mechanics. Pretty simple stuff. This one is where I think we may have gone wrong a little bit. And not because of the puzzle itself, but because it is very difficult. This is our hardest puzzle by far, and we should have put it at the end. This puzzle is about finding a way to get through both levers, and the designed way to do it is like you have to understand how the hat flies, which we haven't reinforced that yet. We haven't taught the player that the hat flies in kind of a loop yet. So yeah, this puzzle probably should have been at the end because I think it's our hardest one. Now, I'm glad we finally got this level. This one is my level. And I made it, and I knew instantly that it was really mean. So you have to flick all of the levers, but due to limitations in time, we didn't have any indicator that that was the goal of the puzzle. That being said, I watched everyone complete this level. Like, everyone figured it out. They'd be able to like get here and then realize, oh crap, now it's like way harder to get these. And also if you throw the hat out and back, it doesn't flick the lever, and so you have to do tricky things like this to like get all the levers, and then there's this door here. And then you realize, oh, I've got to flick all of the levers, but I can't because I have these shut. So that was the point of the puzzle, was that you would like come back here and undo these. But luckily there is a pro gamer strat. If you just hit the levers like this, boom. Yeah, pretty much everyone I saw was able to get it through these to flick all of the levers. But anyway, I love this puzzle because it's mean, it's hard, but everyone figured it out eventually. There were enough visual cues, and there was a pretty direct challenge to this puzzle. So I'm proud of it, even though I think it's mean. I think we will eventually add like some sort of tracker up here to see how many levers have been flicked, and like have a little wire connecting to the door that goes away here, just so that the players actually know what's the goal. But yeah, good puzzle. And last but not least, this is a block pushing puzzle. And we made another mistake here, which is that we reused the button. So the button before could be hit with the hat, but I watched all of our players try to hit these and like try to like stand on one, hit another kind of thing. But the hat does not interact with these buttons. We need to make a different component to show that this is the type of button that you need to put a box on. But I love the puzzle design on this one because it forces you to think across the edges of the screen. And so you have to push the box through. I'm also especially proud because I made the loopable system. And I'm going to show that off real quick. If you have any guesses, I guess write them in the comments right now. But yeah, the loopable system, how did I do it? How did I make things go seamlessly across the wall? Just a quick refresher. You can see the player phasing through the portals. He exists in two places at once. Same with the boxes. If I push the box up into the corner, you can see it on all four corners. So how did I do it? Yep, that's right. Smoke and mirrors. I created a loopable system. And what that means is it takes, like, each of these, it just makes 9 of them. So when this one goes up into the corner, then you're seeing this one, and this one, and this one in the other corners. Simple as that. We just use the defined viewport edges, and there you go. There's the secret. I'm going to show off the code a little bit too, because I'm pretty proud of that. So there's this class here called the loopable. And it takes in a node 2D, and then it creates an array of those nodes based on the positions from the viewport. And so the viewport is locked right now. It's at 480 by 270. And so I just place one at 0, 0. So right here, I place one at 0, 0. Then I place one at 0, negative 270, 0, 270, 480, 0, so on. And then we have this function called screen wrap, which basically means that when the player crosses the edge of the screen, we teleport them to the other side. And by doing so, like, you don't notice that teleportation because it teleports all of the looped sprites as well. All of the duplicated sprites. So like when the player goes across here, he actually teleports to here, and all of these then teleport out to the other sides. So there you have it. There's the secret behind the loopable. I'm pretty proud of this system, and we're very proud of this game. So there you have it. This is our GMTK 2025 Game Jam submission. How did we do? Well, we didn't win anything, obviously, but we were very happy to find ourselves in the top 10% of each category. The most important thing, though, is that we're very proud of it and had a ton of fun working together. So much so that we are going to keep working together and release this game on Steam. We already have lots of plans for the game and have made loads of progress. I'll let you know when the Steam page is up, so look out for that and give it a wish list. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel. I stream here and on Twitch while I work on the game. Thanks for watching. See ya!